Salutations to the Skyfarers out there who are tuned in to the Granblue Fantasy Versus Top 8 action here at Frosty Faustings. Welcome back, folks. I'm Monkey Business, joined by Ebonic Plague to deliver us to the climax of this incredibly significant offline Granblue action. Amazing, I think, to see people meeting each other for the first time here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not only just like the people meeting each other for the first time, but we also get like some of those heavy hitters running into each other for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, we've got Zombmu versus Kizzie, Teiga versus Flowerman, Shuaboo versus DaFeetLee, Beesu versus EdGoneBad. I mean, I would see pretty much any of these players winning the tournament, right? Like that kind of thing.
You could roll a dice of the bracket at this point, and every outcome will be incredibly satisfying to the eye. Although I would say that the dice might favor Zombie a little bit, just based upon the streak.
It usually does. Yeah, the streak is still technically. Do we count Japan beating Zombie as ending the streak?
I think so. I think you gotta.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, he's got to rebuild it then.
I mean, there was that one night after the East Coast versus the World 10v10.
Yeah.
When Japan didn't make the biggest difference there, and we were like, oh man, definitely, this is going to be free tomorrow. Yeah,
not actually the case.
Winner's bracket finish, winner's side.
Yeah, well, I mean, that lit a fire under Zombie's ass, and I mean, this is going to lit a fire under everybody else's. The big Willy cam right there.
Actually, any fire that was possibly under any ass has been removed and quenched with this peaceful, serene cat cam. Look at that peace right there.
Yeah, earlier I was doing golf commentary to the cat cam, you know, I just then slow down, just talk about it. You know, as you can tell, Big Willy here is giving himself a bath.
A continuous lick of the paw. Looks like the front right paw is the focus today.
Yes, and okay, well, Big Willy cam is over. We're back over to Granblue action.
Almost always the front right with that Willy. Big Willy cam.
Big Willy.
Maybe some back paws for later. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll have to be later, because you know we do have the top 8 to get through. I know everybody wanted to see Big Willy. I'm so sorry, but Granblue Fantasy Versus is underway. Top 8 is happening in our first match, as you can see on screen, or maybe if you're unaware of who these players are, it is Zombie versus Panda's Kizzie K.
Yeah, well, if you didn't know who they were and are a Granblue fan, you were ill-informed, and now you have arrived at the right place. A fiery match between these two West Coast titans of Granblue Fantasy Versus. Been supporting it since the beginning. I remember some old 10v10s, Panda Global. We had a
I don't like to talk about that. Personally, I don't like to talk about that.
You know, it's a different era now for Zombie. No Grand, just Cagliostro.
Yeah.
And a familiar winner's bracket position. I ran into Kizzie myself in the mirror earlier, and you can see Kizzie's still in winners, and seems to not have a sweat on his brow, nothing.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, Kizzie has always been one of the, like, regardless of game, right? Kizzie has always been one of the hardest people to kind of match in neutral, because he always plays the neutral-based character. It's just a play style that he's really good at and loves. And so, Percival, obviously, being a great character for him, but there it is. One spear catching into the web, and already pushed away. But, you know, like, check that. The morale stays the same, but oh no, you cannot get Trauma stacks versus Cagliostro when she has either, you know, webs or spear. Either one. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right. Watch where you stand. I mean, if something happens to launch you into a portal or a spear or something, she's going to juggle you across the screen, get a corner position going. I mean, just like we have here. Kizzie could die from basically any touch, a couple stray hits even.
Yeah, and I mean, Cag is not exactly, like, super common for a lot of players to know the knowledge right now, which is unfortunate because I think it's a character you absolutely need to understand knowledge at this moment, especially with Zombie running on. So I don't know how much Kizzie knows, and the thing that will tell us is once Zombie sets up 2 webs from full screen directly above Kizzie, and what Kizzie does in that situation, that's how much we'll know what the knowledge is, because that is always the earliest knowledge check versus this character.
What you do about the webs that are above you.
Yeah, like or how you handle, or even if you don't do anything, right, about them specifically. But oh, nice on the teleport there.
See right there, Kizzie wanted to do something about web, just went to 2M it, and then just got poked in the back by a spear, combo began. But that's long gone now. This is Kizzie's round. This won't quite kill yet. A lot of scaling kicking in here.
Oh man, just barely. Yeah, it was off the X seal. Just gonna use the jump line. X seal, like, can't finish it off, and yeah, Kizzie.
The move is called X Seal. It seemed like the fate was sealed after the super combo, and then another one, double sealed, covered in tape. I mean, that round got sent home safely.
Yeah, that package is definitely getting to you without any issues. 5 stars and everything. Alright, yeah, jumping directly into the web, trying to take those plus frames. Yeah, it did exactly that. I recognized that Kizzie had pressed buttons afterwards last time, right?
Yep.
So I had to knowledge check, see if that was like a fluke or if Kizzie actually knew.
Yeah, you saw that late 2L counter hit though. Zombmu didn't convert it. Assumed Kizzie would just keep blocking after getting tagged a couple times. Another straight hit, no conversion.
Yeah, that was definitely an input drop right there. Because normally you just go into the EX and finish it off, right?
Yeah.
But, I love that. Kizzie was already running forward.
You see Kizzie not canceling the H. Percival's longest recovery normal, but when he doesn't have command dash, he doesn't want to commit to anything else.
Oh, no wall bounce though. Zombie wasn't ready for it, but Zombie ready for this 2L on that one. It's going to be just enough to be able to take game number 1 right there, Zombie. And I got to be honest with you, that didn't exactly look easy like we normally talk about with him.
No, definitely fighting for every inch. Those rounds were generally longer because I think Kizzie is defensively strong and fundamentally sound.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is a fantastic game for players with sound defense. They even give you a block button if you so choose to use it that allows you to just be defensively confident. You know, none of that worrying about actually being a down back for blocking lows. Although, make a little bit too much love of the block button, and then you get thrown into a portal. Full combo for Cagliostro. Zombie switches sides as well. Has super here to convert with. That's a kill.
Oh my goodness, the damage on that. So immense. Really strong conversions from Zombie usually.
And you know, that super, you can tell there's huge damage because if you listen to it with headphones in, you get deafened. That's what I immediately noticed. Wow, that sent an exclamation point through my head when I lost.
Yeah. All right, well, I mean, Zombie now on, this is 2 out of 3 all the way through.
Yep.
Well, not all the way through, excuse me. You know, winners, grands.
Yeah.
Losers, of course. But 2 out of 3, so Zombie's currently on set point right now. Looking a lot better than that first game, let me tell you. Oh, got caught by the web. Yeah, this game does have dash recovery, right? So unless you're spot dodge canceling or canceling into a normal or a button or something like that, you can get caught trying to run forward.
Yep. There's always a counter hit recovery state as well. A couple frames at the end, I think 3 or 5, I don't know. That's another one. 2 headphone user warnings in a row for Zombie taking that over Kizzie. Uncontested, 2 games straight. I think it was 4 rounds, honestly.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Like once Zombie, no, it wasn't 4 rounds straight because Kizzie won the second round of the first game, right?
Right.
So yeah. But I mean, regardless, the second game was a lot better. I mean, you could tell that he had kind of gotten a handle on the way Kizzie wanted to move around because he had gotten several anti-airs in that one, right? And even the end of the first game. That was kind of the winning goal there. And so it was a lot better in terms of containing Kizzie. And then Kizzie started to get antsy. You could see like an immediate run forward, getting caught by the spear, which Kizzie had shown in the first game to try and start playing around after the first round.
Yeah.
So you know you start to take away that mindset from the opponent once you frustrate them. That's kind of how Zombie like played it out.
Yeah, and to be frank, a lot of Percival players have entered this later season with a kind of frustration already on the mind in matches like Cagliostro against projectile characters, because the character used to just not have any struggle getting in. When Super SBA was projectile immune and DP across the screen invincible moves, it's really helpful against, say, reading a spear on the ground or going through any trap on the ground or even through the air. But I mean, neither of those options are available, so you're forced to more honestly super jump, run in, the conventional movement options that I think Zombie is more than familiar with enough to prove defensively sound against.
Yeah, and it's also like Cagliostro has so many different tools to be able to like just go, okay, I'm going to force you to do one of these things, and then now you're just at my mercy because I'm already recovered, right?
Yeah,
so
EX Teleport comes to mind as one of those. Also a rushdown tool.
It's everything. EX Teleport allows you to air stall, it allows you to rush down, it allows you to, you know, back off,
combo
like,
as well.
Whatever you want to do with
Plus
that
on block
move.
combo on hit.
There's just no downside.
that move is actually wild.
It's wild is definitely the term that I will use right now.
Yeah. It's wild. All caps, underline, possibly italic.
All right, but coming up next, we're gonna have Dynamic Focus's Teiga versus Flowerman. Now, this is Flowerman's first offline top 8.
So happy to hear that.
Yeah. So, well, at least I believe so. You know. Flowerman obviously in multiple games doing incredibly well and making top 8 in most of those online.
Slayer in BB tag for sure.
For a long time, yeah, for sure. And so, I mean, you know, right here in Granblue Versus was already like showing strong prowess before, but you know, a lot of people never really got the chance to be able to do this offline with this game, right? Like not everybody got to make it to the first couple of ones that existed. before the pandemic started. And so Flowerman, one such person, had just been grinding it out as much as possible. I mean, we're here on Cagliostro stream, so anybody who's watched the stream, I'm sure, is no stranger to Flowerman, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then Teiga on the other side was actually one of the first dominating forces of the online era. I would say, like not the very beginning of Granblue Fantasy Versus, but like just a little bit right afterwards. Teiga was one of the dominating forces right there.
And a regular in like every online weekly you can think of.
And that was when this game had an online weekly, or at least 2 like a day almost. Like it was
a little overwhelming.
It was crazy how many online weeklies there were for this game for the longest time.
One of the benefits, I suppose, of a split player base at the start between PS4 and PC, got to double up on the amount of weeklies per game.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the very least, everybody got to get their shine that way.
Yep. Now we got those nice lobby nights as well for those PS4 warriors out there with me, fighting for the few diamonds that there are. that landscape has been completely dried for a long time.
Yeah, well, I mean, playing ranked is not like the end-all be-all of playing fighting games on online and whatnot.
We made it here, and that's far enough proof that we know that well enough.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, first game right now, Teiga versus Flowerman. I feel like the only time I've ever seen this would have been online, but I am remiss at the moment to actually remember when it was, if it happened at all.
It's probably happened.
Yeah. I mean, these two, again, we already said it, right? Like, these two were just at every online event they possibly could make, right?
Yeah, right. By the way, Teiga, a player who has multiple character choices between Lancelot and Percival, and chooses Lancelot in this matchup almost every time.
Yeah, I totally understand, honestly. Lancelot is not the terror that he used to be, of course, but still obviously a very solid character in every rank.
And is a character complete with forward advancing specials against Ferry, which is all you need to have a pretty good matchup against her.
Yeah, especially because, there's a good chance you're going to counter hit one of those and then get your counter hit combo from full screen, basically.
Counter hit 6-6H, always a big deal for Lancelot. Even 6-6M, though, as you can see. I often find it, even though it's slower, it's less reactable because there's no big yellow flash.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Some people react to things in different ways, but right there, SBA to just get as much damage. I mean, it scales a lot because, it's Lancelot, who has a ton of hits in the combo, but just enough there to be able to finish it off.
Yeah, that's 9,500 life Ferry. Anyone else would have lived for sure.
Ooh, somebody's going nuts in the background.
I've been hearing them all night. Seems like every match. I'm not sure who they're going nuts for.
I know Rowlet was going absolutely insane for a bunch of people before I had to go play my pools. So
with the NAPC GBVS crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe they're doing the same thing right now, right? But nice jump out right there from Flowerman. And okay, see, that was actually the biggest problem of round 1 was that Flowerman got anti-aired a couple of times trying to neutral jump the 6-6 X and then would not be able to punish on the way down, and then instead get anti-aired by Teiga. Right there did not get 2H, got the instant overhead.
And
things could change here. Okay, set it up.
This is my favorite of the set play supers, and here it is bouncing back right now.
Oh my goodness, the geometry did not work out for Flowerman though.
It was experimental geometry. Someone's going to write a dissertation on what just happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody got enough.
Well, plenty of meter being built back here for Flowerman, getting supered now, maybe with a lot of Jeff instant blocking. No,
double overhead on that one, I mean, there's absolutely no way they were getting meter for that, but the double overhead was the hard part right there, because, Lancelot obviously doesn't have to do 2 overheads there.
Yeah. The only character that could possibly do it is Luane with a big soda or a big ice cream or something.
Yeah. And you got to get a couple of those, to be honest with you. You can't even just get the one.
Yeah. It is interesting to see which players use a little bit of instant blocking just occasionally to make sure they keep building meter, and I think it gives the indication that defensively they're always looking for more ways to interact with whatever you're doing. A sign of a player who's comfortable playing the 2-player game rather than just trying to win offensively in a 1-player.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to make a comeback, it can be very important, right? You're not changing frame data, but you are getting bar, of course. And Super Skybound Art or Skybound Art, depending on the situational need, can be honestly game-changing.
It's definitely game-changing for Ferry.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, you might be able to get a set play super in, or,
Yep, install would be huge. Any circumstance, really.
Okay, there's the throw attack. It was delayed, though, so yeah. I mean, Teiga was plus on that situation. Ran in, got the close M, and she's going to be able to do the cash out. Big damage here, and, I mean, you're looking at probably 1 hit into death, depending on the hit.
Yeah, it's got to be well converted. He doesn't have 6-6H yet back. That might be important for killing. Now it's back. Trigger's ready to be pulled. Ah, punishable.
Yeah.
Fully committed to Rekka.
Well, yeah, because like was expecting that it was going to connect, but nice air throw directly into the cat, and oh man, GG almost made that a great moment there for Flowerman.
Always got to be paying attention to how Ferry's canceling off the far A.
Oh, what a reaction right there with the super skybound art. That's going to do it, isn't it?
Unscaled, point blank hit, full cinematic. I think so. I think so.
Oh, just barely.
A chip is literally already available. He's at 0.
Yeah, there's no more guts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this game there is chip cuts. So like, oh, but just the dive kick. That is not the thing that normally chips you, but you just get kind of bonked on the head on it.
That is considered a normal. But DP was there for Ferry to use after for a kind of steal my turn, chip you out situation.
Yeah, pretty much just would have been like Lancelot trying to like use 2U to try to low profile, but they're too close. I don't even know if it would have worked there actually.
I think EX Turbulence might be the way to go.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got caught in the frame trap right there, and then caught by the whip. Gonna set up GG, probably trying to leave, but there's the turbulence.
And now stuck in the corner. Flowerman had such a big opportunity to leave it with a regular combo rather than committing to set play.
A nice block right there. Yeah. Stayed vigilant on this. GG's back. No turbulence on this one. Just, got the counter hit too.
Close H is massive for Ferry. My favorite offensive tool of hers.
Oh wow. Okay, here it is.
How do you keep him contained? Not at all. A wall jump into victory practically. One hit away with super.
Yeah, you know, now that I think about it, if Ferry's not going to be able to meaty Lancelot, being able to keep contained on Lancelot is actually really difficult at that point, right?
The super did almost nothing. The pink ball super we saw earlier was able to do more than that install.
Which is unfortunate. I mean, you know, sometimes if you're unable to like just put them in the block stun, it doesn't matter what normals you can rebeat into, right?
Yep.
Oh, the clash right there. Oh. Yeah, tries to go for the spot dodge, expecting Teiga to maybe clash cancel.
Clash cancel DP is very strong for Ferry. Just didn't see it. Not everyone's ready to just be buffering stuff like that on Clash.
Well, I mean, the Flowerman definitely reacted to the Clash because they immediately spot dodged, right?
Yeah. That's like, more of a common instinct.
Exactly. Yeah. It's less committal, but still defeatable.
Yeah.
Oh, got the anti or medium. Okay.
Yeah, I love that close M.
Yeah. Oh, was unable to get the anti-air on that one. The ball's coming. Okay, there it is. It's finally gone.
Gumball still not making a difference. No touch.
Oh, 2M.
Yeah, that's counter hit exclusive. Great combo into the whip grab.
Okay, yeah, there's that anti-air right there. Or air, excuse me. Just sets up the fireball to try and get closer. But oh, the Abare out, and Flowerman gonna be able to make it happen right there. It was looking a little dicey once Teiga got out. But
yeah. I noticed it was a stand block too, so a lot of people crouch block in this game, maybe not knowing that it adds one more frame of block stun, so you end up getting subjected to frame traps. But I think that was a pretty neutral button. What was it, 2M from Teiga? Followed, and then it got mashed out on by the Ferry close L?
I forgot already. I think because like so first the setup was the fireball push forward, and then it was like close L. Yeah, I think it was 2M. Yeah. Okay.
And then, I mean, it's just a perfectly reasonable place to challenge. So I'm honestly surprised that Teiga extended to that extent. Normally, he's a little bit more reserved and less risky in trying to close out a match, especially.
Yeah, I think at that point it was just like, I'm going to close out the match if I just get this run-up throw here, so we're just going to go for it. Because like, I can't think of how many times Teiga has done run-up throw as in the middle of a guard string, right? So probably was just not expecting any sort of a bar rate from Flowerman at all, since it's not like that was a prevalent option prior. Yeah, and there's a kind of way that you play when you're about to go up 2-0 versus when you're possibly going down 1-2. Totally fair, yeah. But okay, there's the turbulence right there. And yeah, you know, I've noticed that Flowerman doesn't seem to try to do option coverage versus turbulence. It's a great option though if you just run up with a close L, and then you can neutral jump, have the follow-up whiff, and air throw the delayed fall, and be able to block the attack that otherwise kills you. It's pretty nice. But I think all the Lancelots know how to play around people OSing and kind of use your OS to their advantage sometimes by just blocking on wake up, because the mix-up gets nullified if you go for the anti-turbulence OS. Oh my goodness, the timings from Flowerman on these 6-6s. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know if I condone popping off a little too fast, but I guess it's not much of a pop-off. You know, they're just feeling it. Round one energy, but the camera look was there. Oh, yes. He knows we're watching. Oh, yes. Yeah, Flowerman definitely felt good about that. And I mean, I would too. I mean, you just stopped like one of the hardest things to deal with in its tracks. the 6-6H right there.
Yeah, but
Southern
he's
cross.
dead stopped in his tracks right now, pinned in the corner.
Yeah, Southern cross pressure is usually pretty annoying to deal with, but yeah, once you actually understand how Lancelot works, it gets a little less scary. But nice to you on the sweep double overhead. That paid off dividends for Teiga last time.
Here's a loop. Gonna see a standing reset here?
Well, it's going to be the air reset because combo limit, right? So.
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, man, yeah, that's Southern Cross terrifying right there. We are at final round right here.
All right.
Trying to figure out who's going to make it into winners finals versus Zombie.
Oh, man. Both of them believe the crowd to be going for them.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Teiga's like a hype monster. I don't think he cares who it is, like who you're rooting for, just as long as you're yelling, right?
As long as the scene is being pushed to its limits.
Yes. And I mean, Teiga definitely feeling that push right now, pushing towards the corner, sets up the fireball double overhead again. It's going to be able to get skybound and got it on that last hit right there. Cashes out, wants to put Flowerman in a check situation so that anything will kill.
A throw will kill, for example.
Goodness, there it is with the tech, and you lose a little bit of health right there at the DP. Okay, so you no longer have that available to you, so GG's going to help. You're going to have to cycle through these EXs right now. GG's going to get just barely over it, and it's time to set the ball up.
Whoa, here it comes.
Okay, got
another
the hit.
ball, makes contact. No sweep knockdown, unfortunately.
Oh, but the 2L, 2M, and that's going to do it.
Devastation. I'm so happy we went straight to player cam there. I saw that entire loss process.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was worried that Teiga was going to leave him hanging. I was like, oh no.
Nah.
It's like that?
Super delayed melancholic fist bump. That's my favorite kind.
Yeah, well, so Teiga's going to be moving on to winners finals. That's going to be a repeat of Summer Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Winners final, or grand finals, I should say.
Yep.
Of Zombie versus Teiga. So we're going to see how that plays out if Teiga has... I mean, Teiga actually played Zombie at CEO as well, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that. I'd have to double check the bracket, but the point being is these two have definitely played.
it is a Summer Jam Winners Finals run back and Grand Finals.
Okay, so it was also Winners Finals. Yep. Yeah, it's been so long I wasn't 100% sure.
I happen to have been there in the room.
You were commentating.
Yes.
I remember.
And being present in the room there was a great time because we were looking around, knowing it was the biggest Granblue tournament in North American history with all 40 of us.
Oh man, well that changed real quick at CEO, let me tell you. But yeah, all right, so now that we have solidified our winners finals, that means Kizzie and Flowerman are going to go down to the losers, which we will also get on to see. So it's going to be first up, I believe, Shuaboo versus DaFeetLee. Is DaFeetLee playing Vera or Narmaya today?
I've only seen Vera.
Okay, all right, I was just curious. Good, I'm really happy. Like, obviously, I'm the Narmaya guy. I would really love to see Narmaya, but I think everybody should get to see what Vera can do at this point.
A lot of people were dismissing her early. I don't know why. People just do that.
Look, I mean, if the character, when they first come out, is either broken and absolutely needs nerfs or is just the worst character in the game, right?
Devs should be ashamed for trying.
No, but it's never actually like that. Yeah. So. But yeah, so I would love for everybody, if you haven't seen Granblue, to see kind of what Vera's bringing to the table, because she is one of the newest DLC characters, and you can kind of see how the game is like formulating right now and whatnot this way. Obviously, you're seeing how the game is formulating regardless, but it's most people haven't seen some of these DLC characters, especially because like Vera and Avatar Belial are quite new. They, you know, it's been a little bit, but I would still consider them to be new.
Not gonna lie, I was seeing more Belial back when there was only one Belial in the game a few years ago.
Well, you know, I don't know if you remember that time, but Belial was pretty good.
The Season 1 character in Season 2, so I've heard, literally heard.
He was pretty good. He was pretty damn good.
So I've observed, so I played.
Yeah, you dealt with it firsthand, I'm sure. Like, I think we all did.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a point where I was like, oh man, I could be a Belial player.
The Super Shoto.
Yeah. I mean, Super Shoto is still, to be honest with you, not a bad descriptor. It's just he's no longer as oppressive, right? He's no longer as strong as he was at that moment. He's still good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
a superb Shoto. And still feels like, you know, charge in a kind of way where like he has so many other characters' tools. You have like a hop option with JU, very, very strong pogo type stuff. Similar mix-up presence.
Well, you know, JU has been changed.
Yes, it has.
To the point where now it's a lot less terrifying. It's still good as a momentum stall. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Just kind of like a lot of JUs in the game.
But it's no longer like a guaranteed like I'm good like kind of
combo
button, right?
on any hop.
Yeah. Just and not be like punishable after because like he was plus before.
Well, yeah, there was also
Like-
meaty JU, which was its own plus thing where he didn't even bounce up. That was funny. I always liked those.
Yeah, well, it was great because, you just did Fasago afterwards, and it was just like, wait, why am I being grabbed by a move where he's supposed to hop up? I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, we're going to see Belial later, because we do have Beesu later, of course. But right now, we're going to see Shuaboo, who is deciding on playing... Okay. DaFeetLee was one of the first people to win a tournament with 6, like when he came out. So
okay, cool.
I'm not 100% surprised actually to see the mirror, because Shuaboo is more or less completely switched over to this character at this point.
Yep.
And DaFeetLee has at least 3 to 4 characters under his arsenal, right? Like he can still play Catalina, I'm sure. Narmaya, of course, Vera, and 6 that you're seeing here.
But why not guarantee yourself the 5-5 and put the ego on the line?
Oh, it is also West Coast versus East Coast.
Yeah, put the whole scene on your back.
Oh my goodness!
Along the way in the mirror.
I didn't think about that point actually. You brought something to the table that I will relish in.
Today the 6s is not in Toronto. They're right here in Chicago. Both 6s from both coasts at Frosty Faustings.
But which is the better?
Well, they're even giving each other enough respect, embellishing the story of this match by letting both intros play. What's this West Coast 6 have to say?
An illusion? Is this some kind of sick joke? Yeah, so DaFeetLee looking to be on the right, so it's going to be on the brighter 6, and then Shuaboo's the blue coat. So
blending in magnificently with the space stage. Classic fighting game strat.
Exactly, I was going to say most likely intentional. But also everybody just loves the stage. It's quite beautiful.
Yeah. Not very noisy or distracting either.
Yeah, not at the slightest. So it's really nice. And okay, so the EX is already used. So that means So the use of the EX right there is a little unfortunate for Shuaboo, because if Shuaboo were to get a hit before that EX comes back, it's not going to convert into anything.
Yeah, that special, the like EX hop thing, completely essential for every single 6 combo. Only, of course, wall bounces in the corner or picks up into a close M. I think close H is there too. It's a little harder though.
DaFeetLee right there showing that Street Fighter prowess and just catching the walk forward. There's the parry to try and keep the momentum going. Thunder Flash.
Yep.
Okay, goes for the throw.
And don't let the people forget, it's an undodgeable parry on contact. No cancel option will save you.
Yeah, it is not like Loane's originally was.
Yeah.
And still kind of is. Okay, fireball back for her to try and get the corner. Now this could... Oh, got the guard shimmy right there.
Chose violence, but didn't continue the violence with a combo.
Yeah, another throw. And I mean, this is just... Oh, faked it!
Taking it.
Oh, but it didn't kill. Just barely chipped. Guts has been expended, and there's the super skybound art. Yeah, just immediate spot dodge right there.
Great choice. Very reliable.
I like that more than just activating super skybound art in response, because there's a chance that those two might clash. Yeah, exactly. So you want to just guarantee that you're going to be able to stop the DaFeetLee right there. And what a comeback. What a conversion. Got the full conversion on that.
A little bit of a miss on the meaty setup from the projectile, but nobody's reacting in time. There's a trust among 6 players that you're just going to nail your Oki.
Well, you got to remember, your opponent is only as plus as their ability to execute, right?
Exactly. Sometimes you have to assume they're not going to.
Oh, and there's that 2L right there. And that second round was way worse for DaFeetLee. Once like Shuaboo hit the gas, once Shuaboo took a bite of the Reese's Puffs, it was definitely a lot stronger for Shuaboo.
And like skipped straight past the Maroon 5 right to the Reese's Puffs on that second game.
Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Peanut butter chocolate flavor.
I remember watching that commercial.
Yeah, me too.
Now it's just a giant meme.
I can't believe our entire cultural experience has been shared this whole time.
I mean, it turns out a lot of us had access to television in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Or at least the internet,
and
right?
we're especially subject to television children's cereal ads.
Hey, look, I mean, it's Reese's Puffs. What are you going to do? Like, it's delicious.
How many scratches are still scarred on the top of your throat from that cereal?
None. I'm built different.
Damn. I truly am also built different, but it means I'm weak. My mouth is weak.
All right, so unfortunately I was looking away. I didn't see. Okay, so it is back to the mirror. Just took the breather. Okay.
Yeah. I was interested in that too.
Yeah, I mean, again, we did talk about the number of characters that DaFeetLee has as a possibility. I do think DaFeetLee's biggest strength here is obviously going to be the frame trap type play, the neutral. Yeah. So like the neutral is always strong, right? And great Thunder Flash from reaction.
Yeah, the DaFeetLee corner game is more of the you simply don't have escape room to back away now, and that's the threat, rather than the kind of point-blank mix-up that I think Shuaboo forces to such effectiveness.
Oh, caught the air hit. It's going to go for mix-up on that one, but there it is. The Amare. Okay, plus frames. Oh, but backed off. Was probably looking for Thunder Flash and ended up catching a button instead.
Yeah, it was kind of like one of those automatic walk-back into buttons things. Trying to react in situations like that pretty much always just gets you counter hit. You have to do things with no hesitation.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to deal with the mix-up afterwards. And Amare directly out. Does not go into Super Skybound Art. Super unfortunate. The Thunder Flash. That definitely killed the Shuaboo.
I cannot believe that. I mean, this is a game with easy input SBA if you wanted. You can even do that one.
You know, it's funny. Senpai Spiders mostly uses.
And it was a problem because the cinematics didn't trigger in their last match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like
that hurts. That hurts.
Only uses easy input, and it turns out it's actually detrimental.
Yes. DaFeetLee was saying something about that in the crowd, also listening and watching, judging, as fighting game players have to do to survive in top 24 through top 8.
Absolutely. I love the wall dive right there just to be able to get around the fireball. Oh, yeah, the 5Hs. You know, we always talk about how, like, it's interesting that, like, 6's furthest reaching normal is actually, like, a 2M.
Yeah.
But it pays off a lot with that 5H. Like, it's a great whip punish tool right to the Skybound Art, and DaFeetLee, a complete turnaround, honestly.
Yeah, as long as you're willing to come off of EX214 cooldown from the far H and not pass it up on another, like, more convertible opportunity in, like, auto combo range or in real mix-up range, I mean, it's a kind of expensive choice to commit to, but you can't go wrong with a guaranteed point of damage. Like, a whip punish is literally the only guaranteed thing you can do.
Yeah. And I mean, I honestly think it's better that you can get a 214H rather than have to expend 226 instead.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
It's such an important tool of 6's kit at that point. Like right here, Shuaboo no longer has it, right? So it's a little bit easier for DaFeetLee to think, well, I mean, if he hits me, he's not converting on anything.
Right. We haven't seen clone be contested very much.
Oh, tried to Thunder Flash right there, got grabbed. And that's the hard part, is because if he teleports, the close ace has to do it this time. Yeah.
Huge. That combo was about halfway over.
I mean, it depends on how much you want to do. If you do the full combo, it actually scales so much that I don't even know if it's worth using Skybound anymore.
We would see close M super, I think. People are going nuts, and I think it's about this match. I think it's something about the West Coast, East Coast 6ing thing.
Yeah, they're just cheering for their peoples. Yeah, of course. But there it is, the tick throw right here. Oh, try to throw bait or maybe even look for a Thunder Flash on that one.
If you want Shuaboo blended in on this stage, wait till you see the clone of 6 blending in. That's even harder.
So the Skybound Art, it's scaled quite a bit. There's no way.
No way.
But, I mean, at this point, you're in, I was going to say the territory for one mix-up to do it, but again, Shuaboo, I think every time has guessed correctly on those situations.
Yeah, another Thunder Flash getting thrown there. Great fake media option with the early 2L.
Okay, both masks broken now. Not actually a kind of factor, but that's going to be a huge factor as it finishes off 5H in. It would have been Super Skybound Art. It was all guaranteed at that point. Shuaboo is going to be moving on over to DaFeetLee.
Mask off is now a factor as the 6's win pose is on screen. That indigo purple color. Coastal battle is complete, and that was loser's side as well. So
that's going to solidify Shuaboo versus Flowerman. So it's going to be Midwest versus West Coast.
Makes sense. I came to this tournament from Buffalo, following the sunset going west. Seems like the West is shining, at least in the loser quarterfinals action that's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of potential potential West Coast possibilities throughout this whole bracket, right?
Yep.
I mean,
and Zombie still in winners. Saw Kizzie in the mix in losers, of course.
But, we'll get to that at this point. So we're going to have Beesu versus EdGoneBad.
Yes.
This is
East Coast team kill.
Yes, yeah. So EdGoneBad was, probably the story of CEO, right? Just such a strong...
Yeah. Even outside of the 10v10, which started it, that was incredible to witness. It was like a 4, maybe 5-player run for Team East Coast. More than equalized things. Gave us a huge lead. I say us. I'm totally including myself.
I mean, it counts, right?
Yeah, it does. And Beesu a Bostonian fellow East Coast brethren. I mean, you really can't get much more east than that in this country.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's funny because Beesu, the first thing he said to me when I was here was, "You keep cursing me." And I was just like, you know what, you're right, I do.
How's that happen?
On commentary. Commentator curse.
Okay. I give him the commentator's blessing usually. I say things that he's trying to do and then they work.
Okay, so hopefully it negates it, right? And he just gets to play normally.
Yep. Yeah, we can neutralize it.
Yeah.
I'll say things he'll do will kill and they will, and you'll say they will and they won't. And that's fine. We have to put down our chips, though. I'm not going to let you OS out of betting on things that'll kill.
But that's my favorite.
You just extend the commentary sentence to end with the exact hit of the last hit of the super.
Until it actually ends up happening. No, totally.
Yeah, totally an OS. Easy. Do you know Beesu, of course? I mean, you know he used to play Catalina, a lot of footsies-based characters.
Yeah, before Belial, yeah.
You know why he settled on Belial?
I just assumed it was because the character was godlike, but you know.
Correct. But also, his wife likes Belial by far the most, loves Belial.
Mm-hmm. That's totally fair.
And she might be screaming in the venue right now for him.
Well, you know, not his wife, but I do know that Cass is probably screaming right now.
Oh, okay, not his wife though.
Well, yeah, screaming for Belial not his wife, but you know, she loves Belial as well.
And
so.
you know, maybe they can have she and Beesu's wife can have a wonderful conversation about how great Belial is.
Absolutely.
And how good the character looks piloted by Beesu, who nonetheless will surely run into some trouble here against Ed. I mean, Belial's built like a defensive titan with the 5-frame 2L, and of course wonderful DP.
He had a 2-frame.
What game is this? What?
Marvel 2.
Yeah.
Well, it was 1 frame, but you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like half frames or something in those old games. I don't really know.
Well, I mean, I can tell you about some half frames in some games, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah, let's observe this story as it begins now. Kind of slow start for them, playing the attrition game, real patient. There's a reason this game eventually settled on 1-2, and it's because of players like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of have to as Metera, right? Like, you don't really have much of a choice but to just kind of let your opponent try to hang themselves so that you can get this, right? You set up your butterflies.
But once it is your moment, and once you land the hit, of course, the extended block string starts, and every butterfly respected so far. A straight 2L, not a conversion off the fireworks either, but nonetheless, Beesu will surely die from one more conversion in the super, but there's literally no specials back for EdGoneBad.
Wow, no punish on the Dragon Punch. Really unfortunate there for EdGoneBad, but I mean, you're still going to get it on this one. Straight to Skybound, no problem.
I'm very surprised that Beesu didn't go in while Ed had every single cooldown absent, because Metera will not be doing major damage, and even to combo into SBA or SSBA, she needs a close hit or an auto combo hit with more hit stun. She doesn't do it very well off of her long range pokes.
Yeah, probably just wasn't looking at the cooldowns, you know, that's one of the things that usually ends up happening to a lot of people.
Yeah. One of the hardest but most rewarding parts of the game to implement. You got to know all these icons. You got to speak the Granblue language.
Yeah. Got the conversion off of this.
Yeah.
Full damage here.
Double 2L. Beesu, it's the definition of low risk, medium reward.
Oh my God, the 20-minute shimmy.
And he does it just by walking. Nothing overcommittal, not the overhead, nothing silly, you know? This is why offline play is so wonderful to watch in this game. People really juke each other with such finesse, and it doesn't have to be a big meme with overhead or anything.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really interesting, too, because, like, we would always think, oh, yeah, it's offline, so those throws are always going to get teched, right? Nobody needs to preemptively tech. You can react, but it's like, it's never actually the case. Like, they put the fear of God in you by doing this. Run up 5L, run up close medium, right? Like,
if they do get teched on reaction, they're delayed techs, and of course, the Metera is left -25, right, in a horrible situation after, but nonetheless, EdGoneBad shows defensive fortitude. Took a long while to get hit, finally opened up. Big conversion for Beesu, arriving at like a 70% life lead by the end of this.
That plus frame 2M is so annoying to deal with because of the options that get presented for Belial. And now there's the EX Visago.
Yeah, and I like the way you put it, plus frame singular. That's all it needs to be. It's still a terror. +1 because he enforces the 5-frame 2L after. Natural combo into far L. It's a whole machine of conversions available to him.
First game right there. Ooh, that was the fastest rematch I ever saw.
Yeah. By the way, Beesu previously played Senpai Spider and is going through the Metera Gauntlet, in the process of it right now, possibly going unscathed if he's able to take this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I want to call him unscathed.
I'm not dismissing the possibility of a complete turnaround starting now.
Well, I mean, if there's one thing that EdGoneBad proves is that he is built different as a Metera player. Right?
Absolutely built different.
So it's something that I don't know. We already talked about it. We think anybody can in this top 8 can win the tournament kind of deal. So.
Yeah. Wow. 9,500 life showing problematic right now for Metera. 2H full conversion, a throw, an overhead maybe will kill?
Yeah, I don't think it mattered how much life you had at the end of the day maximum, right? Like that's just one of the strongest conversions for this character.
Yeah. A throw would have killed anyone there. Probably. Maybe not Voss, whatever.
I mean, you know, he's a big man.
Yeah.
He definitely eats his Reese's Puffs in the morning. Okay, EX Fireball. That's expended now. It can be pretty important.
Yeah, right. So you can run at the character with much more confidence because that safe buffer is taken away immediately. 2H.
I never feel confident running at the character because he has 5H, but you know, that's just me.
It's 5H, but at least he's not going to EX Fireball combo you at mid-screen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a good point. Yeah. It's just going to be Asmodeus, and then you got to take the knockdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corner Asmodeus is a different story.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and there's the jump. Just perfectly timed. Goes for the 5L to try and keep Beesu. Oh, no, not a true reaction there. This is going to get punished.
No, it was like an instantaneous cancel, buffered with full confidence. Chip is a problem.
Oh, tried to go for the spot dodge on that one, and unfortunately the recovery of the spot dodge itself got hit by the fireworks.
So an adequate scathing has been applied to Beesu. Incredible dramatic shots, by the way, as this top 8 goes on. Camera work is killing me. It's so cool.
It's just good timing, really.
Yeah.
But the 2M connects. It's a bit too far for anything at that point. Not enough close frames, right?
Yeah.
5H is going to get hit on the way back down, and there's the empty jump. It was faked out by the whip normal. I feel like whiffing jump normal into low will catch anybody, because like at that point you're not reacting, right? Like you're just like, well, I guess I'm guessing here.
Yeah. And you feel like a fool for having to commit to a guess.
Okay. Bring him on back. Ooh, yeah, tried to call it out.
No bounce this time, as you said. The times have changed.
Yeah, the times have changed.
Oh!
Wow! It did not seem like EdGoneBad was going to attack at all, and then finally caught it. On the universal overhead, Skybound He
omitted the close H, and it looked like it did more damage as a result.
I mean, usually, that's how the scaling for the game works, but there it is. The universal overhead catching, it looks like 2M was the button of choice there for EdGoneBad.
That's a brilliant option, and we hadn't seen it brought out, but just regular normals canceled into overhead can work as a frame trap that gives you a counter hit pickup immediately available. You'll see it off H's, 2M's, far M's sometimes, and you get these long range counter hits off overhead that you can kill off of.
Yeah, another really strong way to use it, to be honest, too, is a lot of people like to hit sweep or something like that when you're walking back on the corner, right? Because they don't want you to let you shimmy or reposition or to get some time to think about it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people walk back for maybe half a second and then just hit universal overhead to go over the sweep, right?
Yeah, that's cool. I love the airborne properties being used that way in general. You'll see it sometimes for 2H combos too, like if there's nothing else to juggle with.
Yeah. I mean it's a knockdown, right?
Yeah. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, you can't get any better than the services at Gaming Generations either. Gaming Generations is at pretty much every one of your tournaments, helping out at all times. It's your source for gaming, repair events, wholesale, and more. You guys can check them out at gaminggenerations.com.
And in the realm of netcode, you can't get any better than Rollback, and in the realm of 40-character fighting games in which you can assemble teams of 3 infinite combinations that shatter all of your expectations. That's only available in the King of Fighters 15. You've been following these betas. We've been playing it here this weekend, actually. It's been incredible.
In person?
Yes, actually have it.
Yeah. You can play a lot of video games in person, actually, over at the Belong Gaming arenas, where you can watch, play, and compete. Belong Gaming I'm bad at, pronouncing things, so it's Schwamberg, I believe, is where Belong Gaming Arena currently is.
I see. Schaumburg. Nice. You learn something new every day. And thanks to Skullgirls Mobile, you can be learning TODs, infinites, resets, all the fighting game dirt you want from the comfort of your own toilet, maybe bedroom, maybe under the blanket, sneaking in some fighting game lab work. You know what it is, man. You got to be playing these games anytime, anywhere. On the bus, put the fighting games in my brain. 290,000 people have done so and left a 5-star review on this particular mobile installment. Thank you very much for giving us this gift.
Yeah, and I think a lot of 5-star reviews are going to Windjammers too right now, as it is available, and everybody wanted to win another Windjammers game finally, given it is on pretty much all of your consoles at this point that you want to get. It's on Game Pass, so you're going to on PC as well, but it's also Steam, etc. Right? So Windjammers is actually here in tournament at this event right now. I believe the tournament is tomorrow. I could be wrong.
Oh, no, it's happening now.
It's right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Windjammers is live right now, so too bad you can't be a part of it. I bet you would have loved it. I got a Biyagi I could show you. And as for them's fighting herds, it's going to be my pom-pom eventually. I'm trying to mix with that with the llama, you know, and thanks to the amazing features in this game, like the custom combo trials, I can actually learn it faster than most other fighting games, and I've always appreciated it for that reason.
Yeah, and it's got one of the best tutorials in the business, and you guys can check that out on Steam, or you can go straight to the website. You definitely want to go to the website at Paradise Arcade Shop, because you're going to be playing them fighting herds on something that requires, you know, maybe a tune-up or some different, a new leather, like per se the Magenta, which has silence and precision, or maybe one of the Sandbug SA mechanical push-button series. They're here obviously at the event, but you also want to go to ParadiseArcadeShop.com. That's where I actually got my buttons a long time ago, and I'm still using them to this day. So if that doesn't talk about the durability, I don't know what will.
And when you're trying to show off your new fighting game hardware, you should be going to Texas Showdown and show all the people down there, all the people who are traveling there, all of your new gear and the new combos and whatever you can execute on that new gear. And, you know, Texas Showdown, it's actually one of the oldest fighting game tournaments in this country's history. So some real prestige going there, winning on a stick. You could feel like a real classic fighting game champion going there.
Yeah, and you definitely want to go to another offline event like Low Kicks Roundhouse, which takes place quite a bit later in the year. It's going to be on October 22nd and the 23rd. It's running 12 games with 4 streams. It's going to be at Ignite Skokie. And if you don't know about Low Kick, they have been one of the pillars of the FGC out here in the Midwest, obviously, and just in general, right? Because you can employ them for services like running a stream, which they're currently doing over in front of us.
Yep. Pillars of Midwest FGC, but Pillars of the Anime FGC, you remember Anime Evo? They're now Vortex Gallery, and they are hosting 15 fighting game tournaments between February 26th and March 13th across 3 weekends. You can register now at smash.gg/wintergaiden, provided by Vortex Gallery. Be sure to check that out. And now resume checking out, that's right, Frosty Faustings.
That's right, yeah, it is coming back here in January of 2023, right here at the Westin, the same venue. And you know, this is my first time at the Westin, and so I'm glad that they had it here. You know, I didn't know if it was going to be like a great fit for us. Obviously, we're in the middle of the pandemic, but they have had us make sure that, I mean, I have a wristband, right? This wristband is very specifically meant that I had a negative COVID test. I also had to have my vaccination record, you know? And so with that, there is much less of a chance of, you know, being able to contract the unfortunate thing that has ruined our lives recently.
Yeah, I was impressed with the on-site testing, to immediately have it available to me and to look to my left and my right and not see any positive tests that I would have to flee from. That was great. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody that that was able to do it did it, and you know, went for it. So, but you know, we still have a little bit more to talk about. There's also the wonderful people over at Axis taking a look at one of their newest products. And that was Blazing Strike right there. So Axis Games is one of the people who had been supporting the Anime FGC for a very long time. Obviously, they're the publishers of previous Guilty Gears and Blaze Blues. So, I mean, if that doesn't tell you enough, I think that'll tell you a little bit. I'm personally looking forward to Blazing Strike. If you're liking the retro stuff, it's it has the scan lines in it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of cool.
The game you will buy a CRT for. hit up your local Melee players.
No, I used to be a Smash player. I used to lug around CRTs. I'm never doing it again. Don't even make me.
I had a pretty small CRT, a True Tech 2006.
Yeah. Those were the nice ones, but the problem is we didn't always want the small ones because you wanted to be able to play and see what you were doing.
Yep. Thankfully, we got nice HD projectors here for the HD era. Granblue Fantasy Versus, a beautiful game, projected big like it deserves to be here at Frosty, is resuming now.
With this top 8 here, Flowerman versus Reese's Puffs Shuaboo. Not actually sponsored or affiliated with Reese's Puffs, true disclaimer.
Yeah, that would be a huge change in the scope of sponsorship.
I'd be excited. I'd be really excited.
Imagine all the content they would make at Hershey Park or whatever in Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, we can talk about that later because the content cannot flow while 6 is doing guard strings. It's just you're locked down.
That's Reese's Puffs with no milk.
Yeah.
That's a real mouth scratcher.
You know, I told you I'm built different. But goes for the plus frames on this one. Yeah, was just trying to catch the frame trap with the 5H on that. But yeah, I mean, Flowerman I think has wow, what a timing for the Thunder Flash parry.
Yeah, really deep run from Shuaboo, and Flowerman still didn't bite. Continued not biting to the extent of taking yet another throw and dying for it. But, you know, it's the honorable way to go, right? That's what you got to tell yourself.
Well, it's hard to actually deal with that situation in the first place because you don't know if Shuaboo is going to let the clone rock or if he's going to teleport to the clone, right? Yep. So, like, you actually aren't 100% sure if you need to throw tech or not.
And previously, Shuaboo ran up for 10 seconds and then did wall dive for a throw bait attempt.
There's the knockdown already in the corner. The throw does get tech. You take a little bit of damage. You're negative a lot. And yeah, that's the showing of how negative you truly are on that one.
Getting counter hit once again. Looking like a futile situation for Flowerman to get out here. Hasn't had an inch or even a millimeter. 2 rounds straight real quick for Shuaboo. Moving at 6 pace.
Yeah, and I mean, you can even see the strength in his spirit right now as well right after that. You're feeling it. Flowerman pensive. Not yet crestfallen, but you know, just trying to figure out how to make it work. What do I need to do versus this character? Because this is actually one of the traditional like zoner versus like super rushdown character matchups.
Yes, typically a problem for the zoner, but if the rushdown, if instead the zoner can channel some rushdown and surprise the rushdown character player, catch them uncomfortable, you could have a situation like EdGoneBad versus Shuaboo with Metera against 6, and surprise us all.
I am surprised about the 5H that counter hit just a little bit earlier. We're going to be going in again, AG. Okay. Overhead, yeah. See, you're actually able to combo off of the overhead
so
when you're in the super state, but the problem is like just immediate DP right there.
It's very telegraphed, and of course, the block string would continue if the overhead's blocked, but that's why DP's there on the one-button command.
Ooh, well, speaking of that one-button DP right there, that was exactly it. You did not see the prompt come up for a technical input, so.
Yeah, the game didn't think you were good when you did that. Good.
Oh, yeah, that's going to finish it off on that one. Shuaboo here, set point, and this is, I mean, I know 6 is fast. You know, fastest running speed in the game, but like, this is definitely speed run stat.
Yeah. Life bar any percent is happening right now.
Which this character does not do damage. He is not known for his large damage output, but that's arrow blockable setup right there.
Yeah, massive. Totally unscaled too.
Oh, and the Thunder Flash getting destroyed by the universal overhead. GG still coming out. Here we go.
This is the mix I was hoping to see. Well applied. As soon as a true block string starts with GG, parry's no longer a factor. The counter dies. So getting that real 50-50 mix, setting up instant overhead versus low is so important. And I think maybe some cross-up mix would be very useful too. Rolling through and changing the direction of the counter is a great way to mess with the 6 defense as well.
Yeah, unfortunately the situations have not exactly been allowed for Flowerman to, you know, try to use crossover to actually make it happen.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that last time he was in the corner, the other time it's just like, hasn't even been able to get that set up at all.
Yep.
There's the Thunder Flash again. Overhead. Oh,
devastating.
No, super delayed tech on that one. Shuaboo is going to do massive damage here.
What?
It's still not going to kill.
No, and that was all the hits of auto combo, so definitely maximize the scaling.
But, okay, DP is out. And then there's the wall dive, and that's going to do it on that one. Shuaboo looking incredibly strong for that set. Flowerman, I mean, your first top 8 offline for the game.
Winner's side at first.
Winner's side. I still think that's incredible. Like, regardless. I understand, you know, I mean, everybody's going to be upset about that, and it's totally fine to be upset that, you know, you finally did lose. But at the end of the day, I would definitely take some pride in the fact that you made it that way.
Yep, it's unfortunate. The bracket just demands sacrifices. Somebody will enter in winners, and it's very possible that they go into from there.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah. So in a rated T game with no blood.
Yeah, they're you know, it's actually quite surprising.
Yeah.
Because if you play the phone game, it gets kind of bloody at points, but you know, that's a story for another day.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so that's gonna mean Shuaboo moving on right there. You got hey, look, a little bracket flash. And so you see that Shuaboo up in losers semifinals. We're going to see who's going to be fighting Shuaboo here with Kizzie K versus Beesu. And of course, winners finals just chilling, waiting. It is Frosty out here, so you know you got to chill. Zombmu versus Teiga.
Always looking forward to that. I think for character picks from Teiga, I don't actually know where he'll go. I've seen him lose.
He has done, yeah, exactly. He tried both characters at that point, right?
Yeah.
But you know, it's a story for later when we get to winners. We got Beesu versus Kizzie here. So Panda's Kizzie K, HIG Beesu. Beesu and Kizzie, yeah, they're just going to play the characters that they normally play at this point. I mean, like, Kizzie hasn't played Lance since Season 1.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And like early Season 1 at that, like
things were quite different.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm definitely not expecting much of a difference here, other than Belial versus. I guess it could be Gran.
It's Percy, Why? It's Percy. It's Percy and Belial. You like you said, we might as well just dismiss the conversation.
Yeah, well, there it is. And I'm a big Belial fan anyway, so I'm cool with saying it.
Well, how about Percy?
I think he's actually really dope.
He's my, he's my lifeblood.
Before the game came out, I was at PAX doing doing the Granblue booth, not booth, but like a panel for US Gamer.
Cool.
And they did a versus Justin Wong thing. And Justin Wong picked Percival for a couple of games.
Wow.
And it was just me screaming, "He's so cool!" Because he would do like super skybound art and it would kill and it gets the animation.
That sweet
and I was just like, there's no way somebody is this cool.
Yeah, it's that wry smile, the smirk he has while he does everything that really hooked me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kizzie under the mask has that same smile with every small victory. At least I like to assume.
No, it looks real.
Yeah, that's real. I too have had my fireball jumped by Beesu into a full JH combo.
Yeah, and it's always just so sad when Belial does it too, because he gets quite a bit. Command grab right here. Get your traumatized axe. Plus frames. And that's only +2, so it's not like super crazy.
Full 5 stock though.
Oh my goodness, was that a call out on 2M maybe? Or was that just an accident?
I think it could be a call out on 2M, but it
5U, or I mean 2U. Not 2M,
oh, the sweep,
the sweep that goes like 6 years into the future, of course.
And then still combos in EX Asmodeus.
Yep.
That's a great confirm. And Kizzie's saving his meter for when he knows it will kill.
Yeah, I mean, he's using those trauma stacks to really strong effectiveness right now. I mean, to the point where Beesu is like, he's like spot dodging it.
Dead. Bye.
I was just about to say it. He's like spot dodging at points because he can't figure out when Kizzie is actually going to press a button. And that lent to that far M connecting on counter hit right there because he actually genuinely could not figure it out.
That was between the 2 hits of Belial's far H. And Kizzie counter hit it with a 9-frame normal. Very, very fast reaction or perfect timing. I don't know which.
Yeah, well, DP coming out on this one for Kizzie. He has been pretty remiss to go towards Dragon Punch on Wake Up in multiple games at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, the threat of it does all the work. You have to insert it a little, and then you get all the luxuries of Wake Up Jab, maybe even Wake Up Throw Tech working for you.
Caught another counter hit on the spot dodge, and Kizzie.
It's a cornered spot dodge for Beesu. It's a pretty desperate option, and the Percival player loves light block strength, every single one of them. Meaty with lights and Granblue can never do you wrong. So you'll punish the spot dodge in recovery, you'll beat supers, you can even bait most DPs and still punish with a nice light meaty.
Yep. Oh, it's a super strong option. Great reaction right there, but unfortunately did not get the full thing.
No stocks. That literally can't work under any circumstance.
Yeah.
He would have to do DP, but even then it still might not work.
Yeah, well, it's a distance dependent, right? Oh, jumps the Vasago. Yeah, good reaction right there.
Instead, you just do the EX low, actually, to combo. But,
that makes sense.
Yeah. And then you get neutral on hit, and Belial presses 2L.
And he's faster than you, but okay. Well, I was saying he had normally been pretty remiss of using the DP, but...
He's dying for it now.
I mean, every now and then you're going to have one bad DP, right? Like, it just happens.
Yeah. But Beesu plays so laid back, and like you said, he's the... Percival is going to self-destruct at some point because Beesu doesn't extend risky moves. He lets players come to him. He's telling them to bring their cigarette to the gas station. There's gasoline poured everywhere. It's all a trap,
I mean, I would say as of the last game that was not exactly true, considering, we did see Kizzie kind of dismantle that attempt at being as patient and pensive as possible.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you saw it in full force right there, much better.
Right. Oh, two very early spot dodges.
I was expecting the much faster version of the fireball there.
Yep. Now that Kizzie has these stops, it's much more likely to come out. Long distance whip punish.
Yeah, that 5H is beautiful for that at all times. Okay. Oh, tried to 2M, excuse me, through it, but Masago.
Oh my god, it's like Asmodeus is a normal.
I mean, it's definitely better than normal.
Yeah.
Oh, tried to 2H with beautiful dive kick right there. Not exactly a safe jump, but it'll still work.
It sends the impression of
my god. Oh, no, with 4 Tramorine stacks.
Yeah, he's rich.
And he didn't use an EX, he got the 5H into Skybound.
All the cooldowns are here. You can see a command dash for Oki. There it is.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, Beesu's going to have to make some pretty strong reads, right? Yeah. And you saw the dive kick right there, specifically to get around that anti-air that was coming. Because that 5-8 super skybound dart, laugh at him.
One hit confirmed.
That's so much damage.
Could it have been more with the EX Fireball?
No, I think this is max damage, right?
That was just,
No, I felt pretty confident that was max damage.
Far H, jet counter hit, straight into super, yeah. I mean, that makes sense, I think so too.
You know, I mean, it's something that I should double check.
What's great though is that he clearly confirmed it on delayed cancel.
Yeah.
That's what really struck me.
And that's the nice part about counter hits, right? You get all that extra time.
Yeah.
So, ooh, there it is. That was the exact situation you were talking about. With,
it's pathetic.
the 2L.
You just get 2L as soon as you land that low.
It's not even just the fact that like his 2L is so fast. It's also the range on it. It's like crazy.
And of course, with the range comes the range of 5L, which he can convert it with.
That was a beautiful stun dodge right there for Beesu. Kizzie, though, not messing with the throw reset. There's the 2L. Masago? Surprising.
Yeah, if he actually committed to comboing off the 2Ls, he could have done super and killed.
5H connects. No confirm, though. Really unfortunate for Kizzie.
I'm surprised he wasn't even doing command dash.
Yeah. Oh, but got the 2L there. Yeah, that's going to be an easy pickup.
Yep. It's a crouching combo, 2L, 2L sweep, 2L, 2L, 2M. And Kizzie gets so much time. Percival just really, he's a luxurious confirmer. He doesn't have to stress when he does it.
Yeah, even if it was a standing confirm, like, you know, just did the standing 5L after the 2Ls,
exactly.
it would have been fine at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, 5H just barely out of range. That 5H is usually pretty huge. So.
I am so surprised that it's not getting whip punished though. That hurt box stays out there for like 40 frames.
Yeah, it is one of the moves that made people like go, is Percival actually any good? Like,
yeah. As soon as you see that hurt box on startup and on recovery, you're like, oh my god. But 5M really is not afforded the same problems.
No.
It's a much harder button to deal with. And Kizzie uses it inching forward. He moves forward with it and moves forward to use it.
Yeah, there's the 2Ls right there. 2M conversion right into the Lord Strike, and Kizzie is going to be moving on there over Beesu. And that's kind of what we were talking about in the first game. It felt like Beesu could never get a read on the offensive option that Kizzie was going to go towards. You know, Kizzie felt like he could walk back with impunity because, oh, you want to spot dodge because you think I'm going to 5H, you think I'm going to far M? I'm not doing any of that stuff, right? Like, and Kizzie definitely did not ever feel like he wasn't in control from what I could tell. Maybe the second game, but, you know, it's like...
I think that's the aura he tries to give off with every character he plays.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
The untouchable neutral characters, Sin in Exert, Kai in Strive, and of
Jin
course
and
Percival here. Yeah, Jin. And the feeling of superiority and kind of royalty about it. I think Percival is such a great fit for him. I'm glad Percival made it into this game in the exact design that he is.
Well, it's funny, too, because he was playing Lancelot first.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
The Dragon Knights really helped him out in the long run.
So, I mean, here it is. We're moving on to our winners finals as Kizzie moves on to face Shuaboo, which we'll see later, but winners finals is going to be up first. And this is our run back, numerous time run back, I would say. Zombie versus Teiga, and I was going to ask something a little bit ago, but, you know, I wanted to wait until it was actually time to see Teiga on screen.
Yep.
Because we're at Frosty's, does Lancelot get a power up? Is that how it works?
Well, in the fighting game, yes. I don't know if it works that way in the Granblue Fantasy, the gacha game.
That character sucked until he got a new unit just recently, so I'm just going to tell you right now.
Lancelot sucks?
Percival also sucks.
Oh
Percival just like...
That's so sad to hear.
Lancelot was probably better than Percival, in my personal opinion, but you know.
What about that third guy? What is he, Siegfried?
Vayne or Siegfried? Because there's more than 3 of them.
Oh, damn. I saw that one music video, Dragon Knights. It looked like there were only 3.
There's at least 4.
Okay,
so.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, Vayne and Siegfried are also Dragon Knights.
The blonde one, I think.
Okay, that's Vayne.
Yeah.
Vayne, he has an axe. Yeah.
I see.
Vayne has several good units, actually.
Nice.
Probably maybe the overall best Dragon Knight. It's hard to say. Siegfried's like okay at least.
Well, he doesn't have good normals because he's not a fighting game character yet.
Yeah, true. But maybe we'll get there. They did ask for people's wants for this game, character-wise, right?
Yeah. Well, I have no idea who I would ask for. I would maybe just ask for Percival projectile immunity on Super on SBA.
Never again.
That's about it, though. Although one character not known to struggle much against zoning because of her super strong anti-zoning, Cagliostro, piloted by Zombmu.
Well, it's funny because she's also zoning you while she's like anti-zoning you. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, man. She just does everything.
I mean, it engages with any spot on the screen pretty much
with grace,
with like precision and like this specificity. Like she can choose exactly where she thinks you'll be and make that place a devastating place to be, surrounding it with traps, poking you into them, using pushback. I found it very amazing when somebody is auto-comboing on block against Zombie. Zombie just knows, oh, they're moving forward while auto-comboing on autopilot. They move into my trap and then I combo on them. I mean, it just makes Zombie's defense a powerful weapon with this character. Yeah,
Zombie actually, this is actually something we talked about a little bit ago, now I just realized it. One of the defensive habits that Zombie does have is that can be exploited, which is a very few number of things, is he does do that walk back in the corner to try to get you to press a button. Yes. So yeah, like doing a sweep when he's walking back a little bit might, you know, be a big catch for versus Zombie.
Problem for Lancelot though is he doesn't have a safe low in that capacity.
Yeah, exactly. It's not exactly that easy. I mean, like 2M is like it's like there, but you got to do it early, right? You got to make the hard read that he's going to walk back, which opens you up to a huge meaty counter hit. Like it's definitely terrifying for sure.
I would much rather just have like a conventional sweep to exploit the Zombie defense than a kind of neutral commanding sweep, but I mean, we'll see how Teiga uses it in the matchup. I'm sure somehow Lancelot will land a sweep at some point.
Yeah, it feels inevitable sometimes.
Yeah,
but
same like Metera sweep. It is simply inevitable.
Yeah, but I mean, well, Lancelot is a choice character because we were wondering about that for just a small amount of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I again,
straight to the devices. No trust in the pad players.
Why didn't they do it earlier?
Well,
though?
they're not going to skip. They're going to not skip the intros, and they'll have time.
I'm just wondering why they didn't check it earlier.
I like to live on the edge and do it during the intros. I think it's optimal and it saves the most time.
I do it every time I sit down.
Wherever it works, as long as the pads get DC'd, you're literally already doing better than 99% of people.
Yeah, well, I mean, pad players can't desync their own pads anyway, so yeah, you got to do it as soon as you sit down in every setup.
As a pad player, I disconnect everybody else. I'm like, well, hope somebody gets me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, here we go. All right, first game of Winners Finals right here. We have moved into the 3 out of 5 territory, and that's one of the strongest options that you can use versus Lancelot, is just set up the webs immediately.
And look how Zombie pushed Teiga towards the corner, but then would rather move back to the left and just have space to play with, rather than pursuing the kind of conventional offense in this game. Although those traps just barely went away before being able to combo.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, oh, that was an accident right there on the 6-6M. Or that was an L, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, now Teiga has to deal with the defensive situation, and okay, tries to go for it again. It's space, so it's fine, but there's the counter hit confirmed.
6-6L, the secret of all the 6-6s, the secret best?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, it's, at the very least, it's definitely not. Well, I mean, meaty, but...
I see.
If you mediate, I don't think it's actually plus.
Although,
otherwise.
Lancelot with the far L, 5-frame far L privilege, that could go a long way there.
Actually, you bring up an excellent point. It may not be plus, but it's like, if you can actually contest there, what does it matter?
-1's good enough for him.
Yeah, exactly. May as well be plus due to spacing, and there's that 2U attempting, but that you were just talking about it a second ago.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
Yeah, it's just not safe. I want to see what Teiga does when he gets in close next. I mean, I want to do a little low call out, but it's going to have to be with like a micro run into a 2L string. And Lancelot confirming off lights, he goes to Rekka, and it's just a pitiful damage.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can just do lights into 2M at the very least.
Yeah,
but that's all you're going to get, really. But yeah, first game right there, 2 Zombie, and that looked real strong.
Yep.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Yeah, we love it out here.
Of course, if you're close enough, you get a 2L, you can get auto combo, then a 6-6H, and get a air reset situation. But I mean, damage is still low. It's about getting that nice safe jump JH though coming down.
Yeah, well, I mean, this character was definitely never meant to do big damage on average, right?
Definitely not.
Because if he had that plus like the set playability, it's terrifying.
You can tell at a glance. At Lance. Okay.
Trying to catch the knowledge check on the teleport, because you never know what Zombie's going to go for after that teleport.
Yeah.
5L's coming out. Oh, there's the counter hit, but yeah, not enough hit stun, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, yeah, wanted to get far heavy on that one, and unfortunately it's just not enough. Because that's the counter hit confirm. You do 2L, and it did
far H.
Yeah, you get far H on the counter hit.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, that's huge. Super? Yeah.
And then the web.
For more combo after the super. Optional.
God damn!
It's still there. It's still going to work.
Damn.
Yeah. For that 24th hit. Margaret players rejoice on the multiple of 8.
Oh my goodness, you're right. I totally forgot. You know what's funny? Zombie plays good Persona too. So.
Wow. Wow. That was a Margaret combo.
Yeah, well, he didn't play Margaret, I don't believe. So
okay,
I believe he's a Shea player. So. Okay, there's that. Oh, Teiga was ready for it at the very least.
Oh, when second hit Rekka makes contact, it feels like a big W for the Lance, but again, really low damage. Not one of his more convertible hits like first hit Rekka would be, so.
At the very least, you kind of, at least you get your knockdown, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although
empty jump low.
Second hit Rekka counter hit still links back into bar L, so.
Okay, here we go. Just the 5L pressure right there. There's that walk back that actually ended up allowing for Teiga to try jump out of his way out of the wall.
Yeah, wall jump looked like an unblockable right on the top of the head.
You know, when it hits exactly on the y-axis, it's actually, you have to block both ways at the same time.
You have to use the middle stick.
Oh, that would have been a sick round. Well, I mean, it's not going to matter. Super Skybound Art, that's going to finish that round off.
Yeah, that's a sick pickup. I mean, you drop something just to pick it back up and slam it even harder. The happy little reset by Teiga.
Pick yourself up and try again, again.
I will say I'm surprised that the block button wasn't being applied in the situation.
Well, he got counter hit, right? So, like,
I thought it was I didn't see any flash.
Oh, I thought he got counter hit on that one.
That would make more sense to me, and it kind of scramble when people are trying to react.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing Zombie and I have talked about a couple of times. Like, the block button is not, like, omnipresent, right? Like, it's not all-encompassing. It doesn't get you out of it. Excuse me?
It reduces your movement as well. But just by habit of using it, you won't be moving as much.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt that thought. I was very surprised at that side switch combo that was completely accidental, and now it's going to finish off the round.
It's no problem, because you said excuse me, and obviously you were excused.
Yeah, no, very much so at that point. Zombie, another game right there. Teiga fighting for his life out here.
Yeah, winner's bracket life. The second most valuable of your tournament lives.
You only get 2 of them, so.
Yeah.
Okay, knockdown on this one, probably gonna. Oh no, just goes for the 5L. I was wondering if maybe setting up the webs, but.
Yeah, that was far L. I think Zombie might have wanted close L into some more mix-up.
I mean, it's good recognition, right? If you don't actually get it, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm not nearly as plus as I was before, so let's just kind of chill.
Yeah. It's hard to push far L stagger pressure, for sure. It doesn't really work.
Okay, Southern cross pressure. Yeah, I was trying to get that counter hit that we were talking about just a bit earlier. Okay, teleport. Oh, actually gets the tech. Yeah, so reaction teching from Teiga. You're going to take a little bit of damage, and Zombie's going to get back to the plus frames, but I think it's better than eating the big fat counter hit that's possible, right?
Yep, and of course she gets even better Oki off regular throw, and more time to set up. I mean, minus 25 on delayed throw tech is pretty bad, but it isn't minus 60.
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the jump have not enough stun to be able to convert off at the 2L, unfortunately, for Teiga. Still been pushing. Oh, tried to get the anti-air, but maybe a bit too early on it.
Yeah, wanted the close M, I think.
Okay, one more chance at it. Okay, one tech, and it was now. Oh, got the hit. Okay.
Great pickup, fantastic recognition, but dropped the next part of it.
There's the 5L to stop the Southern cross pressure, and Zombie is saying, I want to go to Grand Finals on winner's side at this moment.
Grand Finals.
Grand.
Player 1 or player 2, Grand or Grand. Why'd they patch that out?
You know, I don't know.
I missed that.
I guess they were just like, yeah, this is not intended.
He's canonically Grand now.
That'll be alternate universe, which is not, the other alternate universe is not Vita.
Avatar Grand.
Hey, I mean, that's a costume. So.
Hey, well, that's a pretty nice interrupt for Teiga using sweep, taking away portals for now.
Ooh, okay, nice. A Bari 2M on the way out.
Yeah, one of the bravest buttons you could choose.
Okay, meaty. That's good. That's really plus.
Yeah. And plus enough for Zombie to just choose to block and build meter. Chillin' now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Caggie's gonna Dragon Punch you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she can Skybound Art, of course, but...
Would much rather just slowly fight out. Wow, just patience. All it takes.
Biting on the just like Zombie basically just said, like, I'm just gonna sit here. If you come into the web, it's gonna destroy you. And Teiga unfortunately bit on that.
And those webs also don't go away on hit. So no matter what, he was getting hit by the web. I think the intention was, I think the web will disappear right now at a snap.
You know, that's probably a good point.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been trying to really understand how to fight Cag because obviously Zombie's been so hard to deal with as of recent, and so timing the web activation is probably something you're just going to have to start learning.
Gotta count 5 Mississippi. I think it's like 5 seconds of active time for each portal on the ground. And I mean, count to 5, you have to do something similar to punish Percival's regular SBA, if you remember, because at full charge it's unblockable, and you can just charge there. Got a spot dodge on the count of 5. That's it. It's guaranteed. That's your punish.
Well, I mean, maybe Teiga will think about it while he's waiting right there, because he is moving on to the finals at this point.
Yeah.
Shuaboo and Kizzie are going to be stepping up to bat to see who fights Teiga, and get the honor of eventually having to look at Zombmu in grand finals.
Yeah, returning to the first to 2 format for losers semis we are, by the way. So all of you folks be excited. Place your channel points bets immediately. Won't have much time. I'm not sure if we're actually doing anything like that.
If Shuaboo was playing the way that he did in the previous set, then yeah, you definitely won't have much time.
Yeah. Although Kizzie, a natural master of slowing down the pace.
Agreed, 100%. Yeah, this is because that's where he's most comfortable,
yep.
right? Is when you are trying to play his game. And I mean, that can be said of a lot of people, but I feel like it's very apparent with Kizzie.
Yeah, by the way, Kizzie, a regular member in Percival Illuminati chat, which was recently renamed by him to We Play 6.
Of course.
So, yeah, I think he might be excited for this 6 matchup, either as a mirror or to prove a point to himself about being a Percival loyalist despite the circumstances.
I do not believe he's going to pick 6.
I don't think so either.
I have definitely been proven wrong by his opponent before.
Yep.
I never believed that he was going to fully switch over to 6, Shuaboo, but he did. So.
Honestly, it's the 6 from Shuaboo that made the first striking impression on me. I hadn't watched much Shuaboo until CEO, and that was definitely 6.
Yeah, well, Shuaboo used to play Soares, but hated playing Soares online, right?
I see.
So the intention was originally to actually go back to Soares once offline happened.
I see.
And then as the more and more he played 6, it just was like, well, I'm just going to play 6 now.
Well, I can understand wanting to play Soares as an offline character. I mean, that character is designed around, like, literal, scientifically exact, frame-perfect, special priority frame trapping. Like, EX Roundhouse Fang is a 6-frame counter-hit combo option with a character with tons of neutral-ish -1 specials. Neutral-ish plus-ish if crouch blocked, steal the turn with Roundhouse Fang. Even though it's not invincible, it feels amazing to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Much harder online and unreliable too.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also harder for the whiff punish stuff in particular, which Soares I personally believe is quite good at, right?
Yep.
So it's like, it's just one of those, like, this is definitely an offline character.
Far H is a godlike whiff punish button.
Far
2M
H is, yeah, Far H is one of the best, like, whiff punish buttons due to what? If you're in the range to get whiff punished by Far H, you're in the range to get, like, blown up by anything afterwards, right?
Yep.
So.
And we'll have to see. I mean, we're talking all this game about Soares, but I think Zen Mars was the Soares rep today.
Oh yeah,
earlier.
Well, Mars and Shuaboo were like the 2 Soares that everybody was talking about originally, and now it's basically Mars, right?
I see.
So, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's more Soares players, but.
Oh yeah, well, we're just going to discredit the hell out of everybody else.
You know, you're right.
Nobody else even exists.
We're toxic.
Yeah.
Okay, punish on the Dragon Punch right there. Okay. Ooh, goes for it again. Yeah, I like showing no fear because later on, Shuaboo's going to have to think about that, right?
Yep.
Like, are you actually going to do it again?
It's also, it shows that Kizzie's using the light DP to get out, never spending the EX because you get a chance to bust out again after. If you spend EX, you don't.
Ooh, try to catch the dive on that one, but no dice. 2H is just unfortunately a bit early as well. But oh, got that hit. That should do it.
In the right corner, it was a problem. Kizzie was getting beat up. Left corner, same deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're in the corner versus 6, this is just how it be, right?
Yep. Looks like that 2U got counter hit. Another counter hit for Shuaboo versus Kizzie. Percival doesn't have a moment to breathe. Plus on that extension from the Rekka follow-up in another knockdown.
The frame trap ability from 6 is just so strong and was finally able to catch the EXTP right into Skybound art. Shuaboo is honestly in rare form. Yeah, it's not going to kill for sure.
Percival Lifeguard speedrun though, still in progress.
Oh, tried to wall that to get away, but it actually didn't travel fast enough. Oh, got out of it with jumping dive kick.
Only Percival's DP ever could have reached. I love when that stuff happens. You know, spot dodge is pretty strong in clash situations. So is DP, of course, but Percival is the only one that's so active on EX. It just beats spot dodges too.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We'll have to see if anything like that
I think actually Belial DP might do it because of the way down.
Oh, it comes down. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That means you would also EX, right?
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay. Just going for the light version right there. And there it is, EX on the fireball. It's such a weird situation to deal with because of it. Whip punch from the jump U.
Yeah, Shuaboo's shining right now. I mean, Kizzie's actually looking pretty desperate on defense. Doing things like point-blank spot dodge. We're seeing a lot of DPs, mashing. Kizzie, I think, knows that it's kind of a losing battle to try and block it out and be patient on defense against Six.
I like that. One of the few characters in the entire game that actually stop Six from doing Rekka into backdash is Percival, because the 5H goes so far.
Yep.
You saw that. Fortunately, Kizzie got caught with a Thunder Flash, but, I mean, you're already seeing the knowledge check, right?
Yeah, next time you could see a Lord Strike buffer, Command Dash after. Super's a confirm there once he gets it.
Okay. Yeah, I like that also from Kizzie right there. Just check the auto combo. It was like, I know you're negative. Okay.
I love a good meterless 3-stock. Now he's still got the moves available, keeping his command dash around, saving his meter.
Yeah, just stays away from the fireball, and that's exactly what Shuaboo wanted, right? Was to get you to back up so that you gain space. The clone is actually going to help out now. Oh, almost got the full conversion right there. If that reaction was Skybound Art instead, I would have been.
Yeah. Also, EX 214H is fast enough too.
Oh yeah, good point. That's right.
Wouldn't have killed though. Oh,
the low, yeah, and then
is this gonna kill?
Well, no,
no.
It scales too much, right? Like, there's no way.
No way. It's doing 0 damage. Why spend the core? No way.
How is this not even hit combo limit yet? I don't understand. Skybound, what button did you press? Okay.
That's a punish.
Easy.
Yeah,
Far
no
5H, yeah. I mean, at that point, 2M probably would have been fine as well. Like, it was, Shuaboo is in rare form today, I feel like. This is one of the scariest Shuaboos I've seen so far.
Yes, well, do you think there's still time for more people to be more scared by Shuaboo, or could it end when they play our winners finals loser? To be determined.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is to be determined, just like you said, to be continued, if you will, because we got to thank the fine people over at Gaming Generations for their professional event services, premium gaming equipment rentals and services, and also they do have a storefront over at gaminggenerations.com. It's not just that they're going to help you out with your event, they will help you out as an individual.
If you want hundreds or maybe even thousands of setups on deck as a TO, you go to Gaming Generations. People running KOF tournaments will certainly be contacting them. We're going to need hundreds of setups for the splash that this game will make across the world when it releases on February 17th, 2022 with rollback netcode that you've probably already experienced in these betas that KOF has been running. Betas or maybe some closed tests. We're playing offline here, KOF at Frosty's. I haven't been able to play all 40 characters yet, but maybe soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, a game you've probably played most of the characters of because it has been out for quite some time is Samurai Showdown, which you guys also made by SNK. So you can check that out over at any of their storefronts, really, any of the things that they do. It's a very footsie-based game, just like this one that you're watching right now.
Yes, absolutely. And another footsie-based game, like most fighting games, you'll see the concept, is, of course, Guilty Gear Strive. You can be watching Arc Revo America 2021. We got, the West Coast online regional coming up?
Yeah, very soon. It's at the beginning of February, so I believe it's on February 2nd. I'd have to double check, of course.
Cool.
I've forgotten at this point.
Well, whoever wins
I'm entered in the bracket, so I shouldn't remember, but,
Whoever wins there will enter the March 19th finale, so be excited for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people are excited about playing offline again, and you can do so over at the Belong Gaming Arena right there. Watch, play, compete all in person, and everybody's excited about that. There's already one set up. You guys check out Belong Gaming Arenas, as they've helped us out, much like Skullgirls continues to help out everybody realize that they need rollback, they need everything like that,
Since 2012.
Yeah, for quite some time at this point. And hey, there's a new season pass. Oh my goodness.
That's wild. All those characters that I thought were only in a popularity context, they're here. Annie Girl of the Stars and the Salty Girl Umbrella from every funny meme about Skullgirls I've ever seen. Incredible.
Yeah. And we have one more character on the way that's already announced at this point, but we'll get to that after we check out some Blazing Strike, of course, which is going to be in 2022, which we are currently in Axis game, hitting that old school feel of a fighting game at this point. And I mean, if you look at that middle image, that's so sick.
Yeah, that's probably the best character portrait I've ever seen in my life. What's the text say? I do not wish to fight. Please don't make me kill you. That's what I say to all my opponents in Winners Round 1.
Yeah, would you say that to them in Them's Fighting Herds over on Steam at buy.themsfightingherds.com?
I beg them to not make me kill them because my pom-pom Oki is just so disgusting. I'm playing a grappler that is also a joke character at the same time. One of my favorite archetypes, well represented in Them's Fightin' Herds.
Yeah, you know, they definitely got another one of those grappler/joke types in Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. You know, we've seen Goldar. I would consider him to be a little bit of a grappler, you know, type in that game, but not 100%, of course. Don't get me wrong. You know, I would say that's reserved for a couple other characters, but Goldar has always been the jokester in the American Power Rangers, of course.
Yeah, I like Virgil in this game, too.
Yeah, Quantum Ranger?
Yeah,
Virgil? Yeah.
Need more quantum power.
Yeah, well, I mean, I need more parts for my stick, and Paradise Arcade Shop is here to help me out, and they're here at Frosty Faustings. They're online at ParadiseArcadeShop.com for all of your needs. I mean, of course, we'll see these two items here, but there's a number of other things that they have on that website. I bought my buttons a long time ago from them, and I'm still using them to this day.
Well, no matter what kind of controller you have, it will be easy to pick up and play Fantasy Strike. Stick, pad, hitbox, racing wheel. I mean, you got easy, accessible inputs, 12 very clearly communicated character designs, rollback netcode on a game that's easy to learn and difficult to master. Available on PS4, PC, and Switch.
Yeah, and I mean, well, we played Fantasy Strike here at Frosty Faustings this year, and I'm assuming there's going to be a good chance we'll be able to play it in 2023 here at the West End again for Frosty Faustings 15, which is taking place in January, as always, 27th and the 28th. They have stuck to those two-day tournaments in such a good way.
Now
we have a couple of videos from our sponsors as well. It's not just the slides, but, you know, we gotta give thanks to everybody before we get right here into this Losers Final, so please stick around and please check out these wonderful people. All right, thank you for sitting through that. Thank you to Skull Girls and Windjammers, of course, for being here at the event. I mean, Top 8 just took place a little bit ago, but we are still in the middle of Top 8 of Granblue Fantasy Versus, and in fact, we are in Losers Finals now.
actually, it's just Teiga and Shuaboo, but you and I suck.
Dang.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
but they made it.
You got me. I'm like demoralized now. Yeah. It's over. You know what? All right, I'll see you guys later.
It's been a pleasure. Solo comm, really good exercise for the throat, especially no water.
Oh man, I used to do that all the time. That was how I got my start. So
I mean, yeah, eventually people just owe you a debt. They're like, you're a commentator now if you solo comm for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, look, enough about us, because clearly we're not in the top 8.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
You know, it's these two fine people here, Teiga and Shuaboo. They are coming in hot right now.
Yep, top 3, just so you know, people just joining us from that break. You've arrived at the perfect time for the 1% of the 1% of this bracket. Only the best of the best are left alive, and only one of them in winners. That's Zombie, a universal favorite. The people know about the Zombie Cagliostro. And we know what fate had befallen Teiga playing against Zombie with Lancelot in this tournament. It was a loss from winners finals. Maybe Shuaboo wants that shot. I think for variety's sake, you gotta maybe imagine that Shuaboo is hyping themselves up right now. Like you said, the long losers run powers people up.
Dude, I wonder though, if Shuaboo makes it to Zombie, I wonder if Zombie is going to mirror match. Because Zombie 6 is actually real. So I'm just saying. But you know, like,
evening a playing field is never a bad idea. A mirror match cannot be inadvisable.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to get there, obviously. You know, it is. We got to see what's going on with Shuaboo versus Teiga. Shuaboo has been speedrunning a lot of the matches, honestly. I don't know what it is. He had to have hit the Reese's Puffs before every one of the matches at this point.
Reese's Puffs served in milk, and I don't know what other. Maybe coffee, caffeine, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
to play at this speed, faster than Lancelot for sure.
It's the power of Reese's Puffs, I'm telling you. Eat them up, eat them up, eat them up, eat them up. With already a 75%. Looking already for the throw as well. Got the 2M counter hit. Not EX, so I'm not going to be able to kill off this. Uses the plus frame.
Oh, it was a close age anti-air attempt from Teiga, which is one of Lancelot's strongest hits, but not exactly an anti-air in function. Not good enough anyway against Shuaboo's jump in.
Yeah, I mean, not technically a jump in, but it may as well be. But
the neutral jump, yeah, it's kind of like a way to extend your turn.
Okay, Turbulence to get on this one. Just going to try to use the tri-jump, and yeah, it looks like Shuaboo was already looking for it. You can see the punish right there.
Yep. Landing on the other side, so devastating for Lance.
Okay, just goes for one throw. Earlier, that was looking a lot easier for Shuaboo to start scouting out, but, you know, Teiga not deterred, still going towards it. There's the Thunder Flash. Yeah, you can block. So that's one of the few situations you can actually block, because it was not you as a character touching the Thunder Flash. It was your projectile.
The Ice Ball took some time to travel as well, giving Lance time to recover. instant throw tech. Honestly, very important at such a low life amount because taking delayed throw techs gives you chippable amount of life.
Yes, exactly. And you don't want to be in chip range at this point because Lancelot does have access to the fireball.
Yep, fireball and 668 is a big one. It's like a gunshot at the end.
It does so much chip damage. It's actually crazy.
Yeah. 668 into Turbulence. I've been chipped out by that quite a bit. Yeah.
But I mean, another round right there gone, and this time to Teiga. Honestly, that one little turnaround for Teiga was super important.
I think the Shuaboo blending in strat, by the way, is continuing here. We're landing on space, it seems, for every match, at least with Shuaboo on.
Oh, yeah, the 2U just late enough right there. Okay, there it is again. Yeah, using the 5U into, like, you know, Turbulence to try and trick things.
Yep.
Or not Turbulence, sorry, the Tri-Jump.
3-light confirmed for Shuaboo.
Okay, plus frames on this. Yeah, straight to Turbulence, got out of there. And I think it's a great time to do it because, you know, when you block that EX Fireball, there's so many different things that 6 has administered in terms of offensive pressure.
Yeah, yeah. You have to choose the lesser of all the evils, which is usually the one that just does the less damage.
Oh, 2U caught the EX Rekka too.
Whoa,
but he doesn't have EX Rekka, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't even choose super.
Oh, yo, call out, but no confirm off of it. That was sick.
I really wonder if super would work.
If it was super Skybound Art, probably, since it travels forward. But
right
I don't
now
know
it's just
about,
SBA.
Yeah, exactly.
He's pretty close to being in that life range, though. Just needs to take maybe a little bit more. But, I mean, Teiga's dying anyway.
Not needing to take a pixel of damage at that point if you're always putting your opponent in block stun is Shuaboo again with the offensive pressure. You know, one thing I forgot to mention about this is Teiga is the last surviving East Coast member.
That's true.
He's trying to make it not a West Coast Grand Final.
It's a tall order. It's an order that's also getting taller as Shuaboo continues to take games. Percival seems to not be coming out, at least for this game. We are in 3 out of 5, back in 3 out of 5 territory though.
Yeah, it could definitely be possible. Oh yeah, the throw just a bit away right there. The 2M's gonna connect. There's the Turbulence. Put the pressure back on.
Oh, deep run, and Teiga still doesn't flinch.
Yeah, I think that's really important, honestly. But that's also going to be information for Shuaboo. You know, maybe he won't flinch again, and then you can get the run-up grab.
Yeah.
Oh, 5-8. You know, he's just got such immaculate timings on these H's.
Yeah. Seems like H has a counter hit effect just associated with it. It's like an element. It just always counter hits.
I wish. Oh, wait, no, I don't wish that, actually. Oh, okay, there's that spot dodge, and yeah, unfortunately the spot dodge not 100% working out. Skybound Art probably wasn't going to kill there. Oh, no,
that's the
big starter for the character, Super Skybound Art.
Still not going to kill.
It's so much damage, though, because it puts Teiga back in the game. That's the important part.
Yeah, meaty 668 could be good here, maybe. Oh, no, that doesn't have blade.
Ooh. Oh, was trying to bait out the Thunder Flash.
Makes sense. Yeah, with the well-spaced projectile.
Yeah, but because if Thunder Flash actually happened, it would have ended up getting punished. I love the idea by Teiga.
Yeah, Teiga picked up on the passivity, though, and finally got that run-up throw we were alluding to.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Long-range Thunder Flashes.
Oh, wow. I assume that's either a 2U or a 2M that he caught with the dive pick because it was so far away.
Yeah, a 2M or a 2U in startup would be a great thing to hit so he doesn't switch sides on you. He tried to switch sides right there with wall jump and basically successfully did, but now is dead as a result.
Oh, no, it didn't go. Oh, tried to get the 5L into Skybound, I'm willing to bet. But
I think that is a flex. A flex combo.
You know, I'm not 100% sure it is because the damage scaling is usually so much for 6 that it's like, is it a flex or is it required?
2-hit auto combo to super, I think, would do it, but that was the only way, yeah.
Okay, 2M. Yeah, you know, as the set goes on in most of Teiga's games, it seems like he's been getting better and better at a bar A, right? Like he's getting out of pressure situations with buttons.
Yep. Lancelot Farrell is built for it. I mean, it's actually the one distinct advantage he'll have over 6. Auto combos on your far light, that's huge.
Oh, try to use the 6-6 on that with no dice. Oh, tricked him with the no Rekka follow-up on that. Okay.
And it wasn't even like OS pressure against the Turbulence reversal. It was just standing there and waiting for Teiga to use it for the first time.
Okay, goes for the EX wall dive. Tries to catch a wall jump of his own on that one, but Teiga's not a lot of life. And oh my goodness, 2-1-4 Age just in time on the 2U.
That's brilliant because it's an airborne option. If Teiga just keeps sitting there, the projectile is blocked, and Shuaboo continues their turn. Plus, right? If they sweep, That's a full whip punish into a combo. That's cool.
Well, I mean, I think the pressure was probably just the idea, and then just it hitting was just like a bonus, basically.
Definite
you know,
bonus,
it's the extra credit.
Yeah. Your default plan is to pressure. Your default plan is I'm going to whip punish your sweep with an airborne option. The highlight is totally just a bonus.
Be kind of sick.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, so I mean 2-0 right now for Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs.
Shuaboo. Again, not affiliated with Reese's Puffs.
Affiliated with Reese's Puffs in the sense that Ramallah is affiliated with Dairy Queen. Empress Ramallah.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't know, maybe that's a possibility, but we'll see.
We'll see. In the VTuber future, I think anything's possible.
Oh, yeah, so many fireballs to just stop any sort of anti-air attempt. I mean, Teiga wasn't even going to them at first, but eventually just kind of gave in.
I like the steering on the command jump to try and land closer to Lance and then contest him on the ground, but Teiga actually had killer instinct and pressed 2L first.
Yeah. I love the decision right there from Shuaboo as well to decide to use the dash version of Thunder Flash because he recognized what happened last time, right? If a fireball hits Thunder Flash, I'm going to get punished.
Yes. Unable to pick up the stray air hit. Teiga has some corner chance positioning now, though.
Okay, so then cross pressure, but yeah, immediate 2L out. Shuaboo doesn't want to deal with it.
As soon as you block that second hit of Rekka, you're basically good to go. Not many Lances will commit to the third hit.
Oh, conversion? No way.
Excellent.
That was sick.
Excellent conversion.
Because like only the second hit delayed too, so it was like really worrisome at first. But
yeah, had to wait before canceling the 6-6H.
Okay.
Second hit overhead, but no confirmation of the combo.
Well, confirmation on the 2M, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yep. Delayed confirmation.
This is a delayed hyper confirmation.
It is true, nice DHC, but it really is shocking how Lancers will just assume people to be trained to block both hits of JH, and people still get opened up by the second hit of JH. Always.
I don't know.
It's hard.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't fault the Lancers for thinking, yeah, see, like now he's blocking it, right? But eventually people just make the mistake again. Nice punish.
Yeah, really wanted that counter hit on Southern Cross there, but no dice. There's the teleport to the clone, it is plus. Oh, big hit.
Run up H counter hit. It's the most damage he can do.
Okay, so he does actually go in Skybound. Okay. I always wonder if it's going to kill, but it's so low.
He's got to be dead.
Okay. Yeah, I always wonder if that kills just because of the amount of scaling that he administers is just so high, right? Since the scaling is based on number of hits, and the main combo tool for the character is a Rekka that does like, what, 10 hits?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. There must be something in there to prevent scaling to such an extreme extent. At least for supers.
Minimum damage at the very least is the thing, but, well, minimum damage for supers in this game is actually
they go pretty low.
Yeah. Basically non-existent.
Except for Ladiva's super. That always kills.
Fair enough. You gotta pin him, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, Southern Cross there to get to the corner. You know, I've noticed that Teiga has been feeling very okay with doing just run up close H, right? Like as much as possible.
If this game had a risk gauge, Teiga would crank it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that was buffered. Yeah, right into Super Skybound art. No, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say, never fist bump until it connects. You know, maybe they did it late.
That was looking like a Lancelot 6-6H as a super. It was like the... Lancelot has always had this me versus the guy they told me not to worry about complex with 6. I think we've been seeing that develop over the course of the game since 6's release anyway. Lance has been feeling a little outclassed by the faster, newer Lance. Or so I've observed.
Well, I mean... I guess you can call him a newer Lance, but he feels like his own character, personally.
Yeah, no, for sure. The identity's still there, but in the this town ain't big enough for 2 fast characters in one game universe.
Big enough for the 2 fastest characters.
Yeah. That universe that exists for a few people somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but in my fighting games, I welcome as many characters as I can get. Just keep me learning the matchups.
I mean, Granblue has over 600 characters at this point.
Wow.
We're running on 700 very soon.
And in the fighting game, are we around like what 25 or something? 26?
You know, it's exponentially lower than regular Granblue. So
yeah, definitely. Nonetheless, I'm still impressed.
For sure. So I mean, almost as impressed with the big Willy cam. You know, I'm almost as impressed with that, right?
I like the way Willie's so consistent. Always sleeps face directly into the bed in that direction.
Does not want to look at the camera. Just is not a fan.
We're lucky that we even have that Big Willie icon on the bottom left.
Honestly, it's probably because they don't pay Big Willie, right? Like, and Big Willie's a diva, so
the likeness has to be, if there's a face there, it has to be paid. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to sign the contract. You got to set them up with 8 days in the hotel, the nicest hotel in town.
The Westin in Lombard, Illinois.
Nice, I like it. You know, I might stay there one time.
Yeah, nice. I have stayed there at least one time.
I've stayed there at least one night so far. Yeah.
So. Nice. The skeleton background on the PS4 is the funniest thing
I was talking about it during BlazBlue pools. It's just like, it'll never cease to amaze me every single time. I've seen it so many times at this point.
I will say,
you'd think I'd be used to it, but no.
There is one PS4 theme that could possibly amaze you more, and it's the 99-cent Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme that I got in 2017.
And it is discontinued,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Do you know about it?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it randomly generates a ranger to show up on the screen. And like every 5 seconds, it'll swap between one of the 6 rangers or a group photo of all of them. And so you naturally just want to bet on which ranger shows up next. And it becomes like this like $1 at a time, like auction type show.
I am not a betting man. I am not a betting man whatsoever.
We just shout out the color of the ranger we expect. There isn't time for the money thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
fair enough.
That is the only better PS4 theme, I think. The only one.
You know, I think it's down to preference, honestly.
I have, I mean, I got to turn my PS4 theme into a game. I can't get better than that.
All right, you got me. You got me.
That's my preference.
Yeah, well, I mean, here we go. Grand Finals, West Coast. It's happening.
Oh, yeah, right. The East Coast is falling.
Yeah.
In the Midwest.
And the Midwest is also falling in the Midwest. So it's finally happening.
West Coast Granblue.
Takeover, yeah. But yeah,
and is it mostly a Northwest takeover as well?
No. So Shuaboo is actually California.
California.
So,
okay, cool. What are they talking about, you wonder?
There's probably some sort of like song selection thing or something. But we get Existence. Let's go.
Oh man, we
Great
got Existence,
song.
didn't we?
Let's go. I'm excited as always. This is one of the best pieces of music they put. All right, so like the Granblue soundtrack is just amazing, just in general, right? I'm not even just talking about verses, but like Existence is one of the best themes they've come up with so far.
What's great about the Granblue soundtrack too is they're synchronized to the intros so that the drops happen at the time the battle starts if you watch the intro. But however, we're not doing that.
Is that, well, it could be a button check, you know? No, okay.
No, they're comfy. They've been playing all day. Mm-hmm. And so we are too, jumping right into it with Zombie versus Shuaboo in Grand Finals here at Frosties. Dramatic announcement.
Oh my goodness, yeah, just barely far enough away. Okay, teleport just to get away from the far end. But Fireball, keep the pressure going. And you notice that Shuaboo is not like super hard committing. He's just trying to make sure that he puts something forward whenever he can.
Including his character.
Yeah, well, quite literally. Oh, the G-back.
Oh my god. Piece by piece, the comeback could come together.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's
there's
a big
something
piece.
I've watched this person do Zombie is definitely comebacks. I've watched it multiple times.
Wow. Oh my god, a raw portal hit?
Was that meant to be Thunder Flash? Because he got countered. So, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter if the web catches as long as you kill her.
Yes.
It may not go away on hit, but it's definitely not going to matter if she's dead. So.
A claw to the forehead. Oh, long-range contact? I mean, not a significant hit, but an interesting one for Shuaboo. Since woke up 5L. A barre, one of Zombie's favorite defensive tools, too. Everybody can use it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you got the button fast enough, right?
Yes, without hesitating.
Block on the overhead, too.
AKA match.
5H, all the way to the corner at this point. Yeah, and then, I mean, here's the web setups.
Even the throw tech is great damage in the long run.
Yeah, I think Zombie is like a big proponent of like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with just throwing you over and over. Like,
yeah, I mean, are you gonna overhead me? Are you gonna jump it and punish me? Or are you just gonna attack on reaction? Because if you're attacking on reaction, I'll call it chip damage.
It's definitely more than chip damage.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part about it.
Yeah. It doesn't it do like 8% or something?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta double check the actual amount of damage, but like, because it doesn't show up in the damage counter in training mode. So, but the 5H frame trap probably kept a jump out. Either that or just trying to walk forward.
Looping the cooldowns. They're about to arrive back, or at least this far left one. Which one is that for 6?
Far left?
Yeah.
That's the Rekka.
Rekka, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
The important one.
Yeah, the shield is Thunder Flash, the wall dive is the sword, and, right? Well, it's the sword. And then the The jump is the projectile.
Yeah. Or 214. Yeah.
Yeah, the jump or, the diagonal arrow. Excuse me.
I speak these symbols.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's going to kill off a Super Skybound art.
Yep.
Unless for some reason it wouldn't, actually fully connect, but I'm pretty confident.
The reason Zombie always does all 3 hits of close H is to make sure that they can buffer the super direction on the correct side every time. Because that can be an iffy situation.
Oh, well, whip punish. Far H for Cagliostro, really strong whip punish tool. I mean, we've seen it a lot, so I guess no one's surprised, but it's always just so concerning.
It's when they whip punish you into a trap and you take 10,000 damage that we really make a point of telling the people how strong the whip punish game is from the far H.
Okay, there's the pressure on the dives. Oh, the 2M actually connects, but no full conversion. Yeah, try to go for the G-back right there.
Close M, delay close M.
Okay, here we go.
Wow, that did so little damage.
Oh my goodness. Well, not going to really matter if you just continuously get thrown. And I don't care how strong your defense is. That's a really hard situation to react to.
It's noisy as well. You have less stimulus and it's just unclear what's exactly happening to you when there's clones.
It's crazy too because he creates one more clone on top of the Ganadian as well.
Yeah, so we've been victim to Ganadian for many years, but I feel like 6 has been really rubbing it into my face recently. More than any Yun ever has, really.
Yeah. It's funny because when this character came out, we were like, Ganadian kind of sucks. So people are using it.
But it's nice to have as a bonus.
Absolutely. Oh, try to go for the throw on that one. Just a bit too far away. Thinks the pushback goes straight into another web.
I love the 2H to get him nice and high before the 214 combo.
Yeah,
nice.
actually, but the 2U to try to catch the run forward. And that's kind of the answer to somebody trying to answer your walk back is you 2U them first.
Yes, right. Kind of a low commitment to you by comparison. Cagliostro's.
Oh, well, it's not very low committal at that point. It's teleport.
Yeah, certainly not.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we actually talked about this at CEO. One of the strongest things about versus 6 is that Thunder Flash is ineffectual if you can, teleport pressure, right?
Yep.
Because you go behind him.
Yeah, a completely unique answer for Thunder Flash.
Yeah. I mean, unless he decides to go for the dash option, of course, but yeah.
Nice. The first overhead that's been attempted, blocked like it was nothing.
Oh, yeah. So, Shuaboo instinctually wanted to punish that, right? Because, that move, you block it, you're like, okay, I know you're negative enough for a punish, but you forget that the web is there,
you're getting pushed
and it counters you.
Yeah, man, the commentators don't forget. They see it, they're like, ooh, this will be funny.
Well, I mean, hey, it's real easy for me to say crap from here when I'm not under pressure.
Look out under you! I would say, for that punish, is a 6 super raw fast enough? Because then you keep the invincibility to go through the portal while also punishing, perhaps, against the 214 hula hoop from Cag. I feel like that's the only look you can have, really.
Yeah, but that's like a hindsight thing, right?
Yeah, of course. Will the situation ever happen again? Who knows? I mean, more likely if a reset can ever come, but Zombie's uncontested so far.
Yeah. 214L, not going to do it right there. Oh, okay. Well, was able to luckily not bite on that and try to anti-air, because that's how you get counter hit.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, look for that. Yeah, luckily Thunder Flash recovery is not exactly
every special gone. Now they're finally coming back for Shuaboo.
There's the teleport though to get right into the corner and just chilling. Because Zombie doesn't actually need to do anything.
Nothing. I mean, it has to get out of the corner now. And there it is.
Right into Skybound.
Get out of the round while you're at it.
Hey, I mean, that's one of the best ways to get out of the corner, right? Because, you're back mid-screen and now you've won.
You're back mid-screen and your life bar is suddenly full.
Oh, my
and you're on tournament point immediately.
Yeah, and it's looking hard-pressed to stop him at this point. I mean, and that's the crazy part, too, is because, the clone toss from 6, 5U, is not going to stop the webs because it'll dissipate the clone as well.
Yes. This round is all webs. Look out! Oh, good, it disappeared.
Yeah, luckily.
Yeah.
Okay. Just the final pressure, eventually getting the throw in here.
Nice.
One clone. Oh, I don't know if that one was an intentional.
You would probably want maybe a close S instead of a Rekka, and I think they're going to die for it.
Yeah, that might be death due to that fact, and Zombie is going to take the tournament on this one, looking as strong as ever.
as strong as ever. Maybe no drop games for Zombie through this bracket.
I would have to double check for sure. At the very least, we know we have like the top 8 record, right? But like I guess I don't have his pool record.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put much doubt there as to if Zombie dropped a game ever. Zombie, deserving champion here at Granblue Fantasy Versus here at Frosty Faustings, but the people's champ is, of course, Big Willie.
Yeah, of course. Always people's champ. Anytime you come to BG Cagliostro stream.
I have no proof that that was a cat in that bed. That might have been a rug or something.
I mean, you know, it's one of those Russian hats, right?
Yeah. The Colleen hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Very comfy, very warm.
As far as we know, you know, we didn't see the cat move. We didn't see it breathe. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm happy Callisto will get to go home to Big Willie eventually and be greeted so warmly by the people from home. All of you at home watching here at Frosty Faustings, thank you so much for tuning in with us. And it was a real pleasure to shout and react and commentate every second here. I've been Monkey Business, been joined by Plague, who also has words to tell you for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, I just gotta reiterate the the top 3 was, of course, Zombie, Shuaboo, Teiga. This is another one of those really, really strong Granblue Fantasy Versus brackets. Yep. Because all the people that have been playing have just been playing for a while, right? You know, they're real good at like sharing information and everything, but like when it comes to tournament time, they're killers at the end of the day. Yeah. And so it's really, really hard to deal with them in bracket for sure. Shuaboo for sure emerged as a titan today. Shuaboo was on another level than previously. Like absolutely. That was a different Shuaboo, but unfortunately just not enough. Yeah. Well, unfortunately not enough versus Zombie. Zombie is going to be attempting to restart the streak, if you will. You know, try to hit that Undertaker at WrestleMania streak. Wants that run back with Ren Charlotta maybe someday. Oh man, well I mean, if I know Zombie, he wants to run back versus Ren, and he wants to just play anybody that ever tries to challenge him at all. So. Yes, of course. And a tournament, a double elim tournament like this is one of the best ways you can do that. The bracket will start you out, give you something hype to watch or something to play in. Yeah. We got plenty more of those coming this weekend here at Frosty's, but thank you for joining us for Granblue. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Peace.